Hello everybody! Today I am going to share my experience at the 7-day Tantra Retreat that I went to. And while I do that, I'm going to go hang out with the goats because they're just so fun. Hi! Elmer! Hi! Hi, cutie. Is your ear okay? Oh, you're a good boy. Yeah, what's this? Oh, you made it all foggy. Come on! Come on! Good boy. You little monster. What's up? Yum yum. So today I wanted to talk about the 7-day Tantra retreat that I went to. I recorded myself over a couple of days when I was there as well, but then I stopped because I was so deep in processes and... Excuse me? What are you doing? What are you doing? Because I was so deep in processes and all the exercises and had so many emotions and things running through me that I just couldn't be bothered filming. I just wanted to be fully immersed in it. Hi. So I said I'm gonna record from this retreat, and here I am with a bit more light. So I'm here, this is the first day, and honestly it's hard for me. We haven't really done much, but just being in a group, such a big group of people, so many different energies, is a little bit challenging for me. I have had a little, I feel like my nervous system is a little, lots of stuff is happening in me. When we started, there's like over 20 people here, but when we started we had to introduce ourselves one by one, and our teacher said, you know, introduce yourself, say your pronoun, and I was like, no. So I kind of I couldn't, I don't resonate with pronouns because I don't understand them. No matter how hard I try to understand, they just don't make sense to me. So I don't do stuff that I try not to do things that don't resonate with me. I'm trying to get much better, even down to the tiniest little thing, just so that I can fully align with who I am, who my true self is. And so I was one of the first to introduce myself, and I just had to say I don't really resonate with pronouns. You can call me whatever the fuck you want. But I just, yeah, and I started getting so nervous because I knew it was such a triggering thing to say. And ever since then my nervous system has just been ugh. But since then I've had a few people come up to me and say thank you for saying that. We really resonated, and I guess it gave them permission to just really be true to themselves as well, which is nice. So yeah, it's lunchtime now. We just had lunch and I'm so tired, and I'm just hiding in my van. I just had some Tim Tams biscuits and I'm just trying to calm my nervous system. Started doing a few exercises, we danced and just looked into people's eyes and found our groups that we're a part of. So nothing, we didn't do anything, but for some reason I just don't feel in myself right now. I feel so scared to be here, and so not, I don't know. I don't actually really want to be here. I just want to be in nature. and it's such a beautiful spot. There's a beautiful creek that runs down there. We're gonna be swimming, and I'm sure it'll get better. I'm sure lots of things will come up for me. But ever since my ayahuasca, like, I've just felt this separation from reality, and it's a protective mechanism for me. It's not that I don't want to be here, it's more that it scares me of what I'm going to find out about myself, and I just have a lot of fear in my body, I think. But I know that this is a really good place for me to express myself to my truest, like, in my truest way of being. And I'm excited about that. Just letting go and just being able to express myself. Emotionally, mainly. Because I just feel like crying. Yeah. Day 2 at the Tantra Retreat, and I'm feeling so much better. Oh, there's a little puppy dog there. I need to go cuddle it. Wait, bye! So, day 2 is better. It's actually, I was thinking today, that's so nice to be around people that are so aware of their bodies and what's happening in their bodies, and doing these activities that connect us in deeper with our bodies and what's happening in our bodies, and the potential that we have to awaken and activate ourselves and our bodies to pleasure, to healing, to all the magic that's in them. So I'm really excited to be here. Yesterday I was thinking as I was falling asleep, I'm in the right place. This is exactly where I'm meant to be. Yesterday I was so nervy though, but I'm really happy that I'm doing this now, and it's also so beautiful. Howdy. So it's day 2. It feels like it's been freaking a week because we've done so much stuff today. I just had a shower. I'm getting ready to go to bed. Just thought I'd come and switch the fridge on in my van because it's been off all day. But today was such a fun day. I really enjoyed it. It was so fun. We did so much. There were people in all different states of undress, myself included. There was hugging, there was eye gazing, there was dance. Did we dance? Yeah, we danced in the morning. There was embodiment, like with ourselves, and Stephanie took us through a process which was really cool. That just was such a beautiful way to connect back in with my body, and there were all sorts of sounds. And to be honest, like, it's really hard to explain, because if you're not in this kind of an environment, anyone that would have just walked in off the street and seen us in these kind of states would think that we're mental, that it's like, what the fuck is going on here, and probably run for the hills. But when you've bonded with a group and you have a good teacher, and you're going through these exercises, it actually feels like there are definitely nerves, and you feel you have to like walk through different parts of yourself and hold your hand in some stages, but it just feels natural to do, and this is what I've been craving to do. I've been craving to come into a space where I can just express my emotions the way that they want to be expressed, without having to explain them, and just allowing them to be witnessed by others, and seeing other people do the same, like just being in their bodies, and understanding that what's happening in their bodies is not some crazy fucking thing, but it's actually a normal thing that the body does to help us heal, to help us express ourselves, to help move energy through us. The only thing that I've realized is that while my body might be going through the motions, I still feel a bit disassociated from my energy and from my emotions and from myself. So that brings up a bit of frustration for me, and I think it's still due to, I think partly due, some is residue from my breakup with my ex, and I think also from the ayahuasca as well, all the trauma around my ayahuasca journey. I know that I had to shut down my emotions, and because it was all too much what I was feeling, and it was just so much in my head. So I've come to a place now where I'm just trusting my body to open up when it feels safe, when it feels ready, and I've definitely been opening up a lot more, especially with my partner. He's just such a gentle, beautiful person and so loving, and I feel safe with him to do so. And also, like, I definitely am opening up. Damn it! I was worrying. I thought this might happen with my fridge. So annoying. Probably stop in a second. Okay. I've definitely been opening up here, but I still feel like there's a part of me that doesn't quite feel 100% safe to fully feel everything that's going in my body, even though my body is going through the motions and I'm doing all sorts of things and just releasing so much. I still feel a bit disassociated, but man, today is only day 2. Like, I was speaking to a few people and we're kind of nervous about what's coming on over the next few days, so it's been big. And then at the end we had a drumming circle. It was so much fun, and I also realized it's so nice just being around the conscious community and people who understand their bodies and what's going on emotionally, and that aren't afraid to be vulnerable and aren't afraid to get in touch with their feelings and go through a process. And it's so beautiful seeing people go through a process. And I'm also remembering so much that from the things that I've forgotten about Tantra, and also learning some new skills, and I'm excited to bring these beautiful lessons and embodiment back to my one-on-one clients and into my programs. And that, my dears, is enough for tonight. Alright, good night. Day 3. I just woke up from a nap. I'm feeling really tired today, just about to bleed. This morning was epic. Me and some of the girls here, we went down to the creek, which is absolutely stunning, and we did some breath work, and then went for a skinny dip together, and it was just so amazingly cold but also so beautiful, and I just felt so energized by it, and so just delicious afterwards. But I woke up super early this morning because everyone's been not sleeping too well here. But we're doing a lot of stuff that is moving energy, moving emotions, moving our sexual energy. So it's like quite intense. And it's just nice that we're surrounded and held by this beautiful place that we're in. And yeah, I'm just a bit tired, to be honest. I don't really feel like shifting more energy and doing more work, and I'm just looking forward to rest afterwards, after this retreat, and just integrating and just sleeping. It's it's gonna be really nice. But yeah, I just had a little nap. Day 3, a few more days to go. I do love it though. It is just really intense doing these things sometimes, because we're moving everything, our mind, body and soul. So there are such big shifts happening within ourselves, within the people here, within like the collective group. We're witnessing so many different things that you just don't see anywhere else in society. You know, people freely allowed to express their voice, their body, their emotions, just whatever's sitting within them, and pulling out the icky, sticky parts that have been with them and that no longer serve them anymore. And it's full on. It's really full on. Yeah. It's my turn to go through a process now, and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to get emotional. But I know I will. I'm here for a reason. Alrighty, so the Tantric Retreat. It was so good and challenging, and also I have a little bit of a weird feeling towards it as well. I was telling my friend about it last night. I loved all the experiential experiences that we had. There was so much healing involved for me and for others, and it was so beautiful seeing so many people going through their journeys and their processes and healing things from their lives and allowing that energy that has been sitting in their bodies to lift. From a practitioner perspective, I don't feel like I got that much out of it, because a lot of what I do I kind of already knew, and you know, I've been in the tantric community for a little while now, so I've seen a few things and done a few things and experienced a few things. But I just mainly really, the most enjoyable things for me were some of the processes that we went through, and I got more confident in my body as well, because there is nudity, and just doing certain activities, nude or semi-nude, seeing other bodies of all ages and sizes and colors, and I found that to be very liberating. I really enjoy that. The fact that it was in nature as well, and we get to be held by nature in the breaks after we've gone through an emotional process was really beautiful as well. And also I strengthened my safety within myself by setting firm boundaries. There were some activities that I did not want to participate in and just didn't feel right for me, and I was the only one that really was sitting out from them. It involved some nudity, erotic energy, and first of all I set boundaries with my partner going into this so that he could trust me, and so that, you know, he's interested in Tantra and the tantric world, and if I went in there and just, you know, did a free-for-all and broke the boundaries that we set, then he would first of all lose trust in me, and a good relationship is built on trust and integrity. And you're the cutest. He just laid down next to me. Oh my god, I love him. And he might not have been interested in exploring the tantric world and all the teachings and all the amazing things that are on offer there. So that was one of the reasons why I held boundaries. And second of all, because one of the things that Tantra has, and the tantric community has really taught me, that changed my life forever, was boundary setting, and the fact that boundaries help, you know, when we have boundaries and we're able to voice them and stick to them, it actually helps to create safety within our bodies and help regulate our own nervous systems. It helps us ground down into our sense of self. And that has been one of the most valuable things for me. So while there were exercises that made me feel uncomfortable and made me feel like, oh, I don't know if this is for me, for the reasons of my partner, but also I didn't feel comfortable. I kind of like was sitting with my body and going, even if I didn't have these boundaries with my partner, would I participate in these? And it was interesting because I got to ask myself why. I got to question where my behaviors were coming from, where my opinions or judgments were coming from, and I got a lot just out of that process, out of deconstructing myself. And also, in that kind of an environment, you're so open-hearted because you're opening yourself up. You're being in your body, being in your heart, and the people there were so amazing and so beautiful. I feel like it would be so easy to forget that there is like you on the outside of a retreat like that. Are you the cutest little Elmo? And just go with the flow and then come out into the real world and have regrets or be re-traumatized or have trauma. So I was kind of sitting with all of these things, and because I know quite a bit about trauma because of the thing that I went through with the ayahuasca and just being in the tantric community in general, and it's something that has really interested me, especially working with clients that have gone through quite a bit of trauma themselves. You know, I know that it's better to take it safe than be sorry, because re-traumatizing yourself can make you end up being in a worse state than when you first came in. So it didn't feel right in my body to participate in some of the practices, and I'm really happy that I sat out. And while I sat out and set those boundaries and was in integrity with myself, I feel like I've strengthened the boundary setting ability within myself and created that safe space within myself where I know I can trust myself to say no and to stick to my no. And I feel more grounded in my sense of self. So that was really healing for me, because after the ayahuasca, I still found myself to be quite ungrounded in some areas of my life. And I lost some trust within myself for participating in the ayahuasca as well. So even, you know, I was thinking to myself yesterday that even just being in a tantric community and strengthening your ability to say no and setting boundaries is so healing and so powerful. And that's what I felt I did with some of the activities in the tantric retreat as well. Yeah, just being in a conscious community makes all the difference. The conversations, the quality of the conversations that we were having, the advice or suggestions for my life from others, was so profound, and it really made me have quite a few shifts for my life. Being around conscious people makes all the difference. I think he has a tick. Do you have a tick? You're such a good boy. Yeah, being around conscious people makes all the difference. The quality of conversations, the insights. It's like going deeper. It brings a richness and a depth to life. Oh, what else do I want to say? Yeah, it was a great experience. I'm really happy I went. Just wish there was more education on trauma. I wish there was more, it was more trauma informed. And as a practitioner, I'd love to know the ins and outs behind the practices that we were doing, like the psychology, the science, the methods that we're using, and all of that kind of stuff. But apart from that, you know, just for personal reasons, I'm really happy that I went. It was definitely worth the money, and I loved all the people there. I learned a lot. I had a lot of aha moments, and I'm looking forward to being friends with more people who are a lot more aligned with me and my beliefs, and are conscious. I really enjoy conscious people that do the inner work, because there's definitely more depth and richness to those relationships, and you can just be yourself around them. And now we've all seen each other naked. Well, I always wore undies, but half naked. It's just like, I reckon all friends should see themselves naked, should see each other naked. I think that would bring like an extra bit of vulnerability to the relationship, and trust and truth. Yeah, and it just makes you realize that nudity, like, everyone's naked under their clothes. Definitely helped me embrace my curvier body as well, because I've put on a bit of weight in the past couple of years, and being naked and just stripping off in front of others was just a really liberating experience. And yeah, I just really appreciate all the beautiful vulnerability and processes that people shared in the group, and it made me learn a lot about myself and a lot about other people. So I'm just super grateful. Yeah, I'm just really happy to be home now and integrating, letting all the things that were kind of shaken up to land. And yeah, happy to be home with my partner, with my dog, with my chickens and my goats, in my old ass rocking chair. All I need is a shotgun. Who goes there? No trespassing on my property. Or a banjo. Ding 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 ding. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna do another video on pronouns and why I don't do pronouns, because that came up at in the Tantric Retreat, and I think it's really important to talk about, because not everyone identifies with pronouns or can relate to pronouns. And so I really wanted to share what I did when I was asked to, when we were all asked to share our pronouns, and it just didn't sit right for me. So I'll share that in the next video of what I did and the lesson that I got out of it. And yeah, I'm just gonna, I might record it after this video and then share it, because I think that's a really cool video to share. And what else? Oh yeah, if you're interested in one-on-one coaching with me and learning about your beautiful body and self-love and healing, then feel free to message me on Instagram. I will be building my website very soon, so then you'll be able to contact me through there, but right now it's just Instagram. So all the links and details are in the bio. You can also subscribe to my email newsletter and get the free Body Love Masterclass, which is super powerful. Highly recommend getting that. That's all in the description below. And that's it for me. Stay wild. Mwah. Love ya.